Ja, wir sind hier mit Ben Granfelt für Gitarre und Bass. Und Ben ist jetzt so nett, uns einmal durch sein Equipment zu führen. Das ist Ben Granfelt from Finland, from Ben Granfelt Band, formerly known from Leningrad Cowboys and Wishbone, and he's going to give us a tour through his equipment.
Guten Tag, meine Nummer 1 Gitarre. Mein Deutsch ist kaputt, ich spreche dann English. This is a 2007 NAMM Special Relic Strat. I have a lot of Relic Strats and I like the feel of a second-hand or used guitar. And I have 3 or 4 old Strats from the 60s, 50s and 60s, but they're too expensive to take on the road. So this is the closest thing I can come to. I normally don't modify guitars that much, but one thing I've done with all my guitars is I changed to Klopman pickups because Andreas is a great guy. I met him while I was in Wishbone and he just said, try my pickups. And normally it's like, okay, put them on the shelf and forget about it.
Yeah. Which one are those?
This is the Tilcaster. This is a 65 and this is a 62. And then what's special about it is that underneath here there's what he calls a dummy coil, which is activated by this little switch here. So when it's up, the dummy coil goes on and then it makes the bridge and the neck pickup noiseless. Well, not noiseless, but it takes most of the 60 cycle hum off. And it's very useful when you use a lot of gain for soloing, and it also beefens the sound up a little bit and cuts the highest highs off.
Yeah.
Great for overdrive tones. And you know, all my Strats seem to have Klopman pickups in the same system. My second important guitar, this is a 2005 historic collection Les Paul, completely original except for the Klopman pickups.
Okay.
And I'm the kind of guy who I don't like any other guitars than Les Pauls and Strats. I play completely differently on them, and it's very useful inspiration when you write songs. So maybe I have a riff in my mind and I think Les Paul. I'll pick up the Les Paul and I play it and sound, that's what it is. When a Strat gives me a completely different feel in different songs.
Yeah.
Well, this one has bigger frets actually, but otherwise completely stopped. This is a brand new guitar built by Alex Fink in Hamburg, Guitar Crazy. As you can see, it's so new that it's still shining.
No signs of wearing.
And the idea was that I give my specs last year when I met him, and he would build it, and then we'd talk about how, if I like it, how we're going to relic it. You know, get the lacquer off the neck, make the fretboard lacquer off a little bit, make it a little bit, so you get the wood feel up, maybe tone down the color on the body a little bit. But again, Klopman Tilcaster 65 and 62
Dummy coil.
This is a fantastic sounding guitar. I mean, it's almost bigger than the other guitar, and I've only owned one other maple neck Strat. It was a Robin Trower model, and which I sold to Muddy Munninen from Wishbone Ash, sort of in the thing that if you sell it back to me, but no, he didn't. He sold it to someone else, bastard. But that was also a great guitar. From the guitar.
Yeah, let's talk about the amps first.
Yeah, the amps.
The amp.
I've used Engel since '97, different ones. I started out with a special edition. Then I had slow hand and fast hand motion heads, which are basically modified or a modification to the Ritchie Blackmore model. The thing with these amps is they are not as, should I say, metal sounding, hard rock sounding. They have a little more mid-range. They call it the Retro Tube series. I call it the better sounding Engel. Normally the settings for me, I put everything on 12, all the tone controls, and Engel amps have a lot of gain. So if you take a look here, that's the lead channel gain. Lead channel gain.
That's like only on 3.
Yeah, I don't need. That's almost too much.
Yeah. So it's the basic sound is basically clean or slightly crunched.
Yeah. This is the third channel. This is on the pedal that controls this. You can see that it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the clean with gain boost, lead and lead with gain boost. What I use is the clean with gain boost on and then the lead.
Okay.
Without gain boost, because after all this, you know, the other thing I use is they have 2 master volumes. I set the other one in for lead boost. So when I play a solo, I kick that in. Don't use the reverb on the amps because I reverb on the pedal, and on the noise gate. Well, it's not really matter because I don't use it.
Yeah.
What I have on, or if I switch it on, the mid boost is always on.
Yeah.
I like mid range.
So the other thing is just a cabinet.
Yeah,
Okay.
just the same cabinet. These amps come with a Celestion Special Anniversary GH something. I don't know what it's called. I would prefer to have vintage 30s, but it was not possible for this tool because the amps came from Engel.
Yeah.
But in Finland I have retro-tube heads with the cabinets all have vintage Celestions.
Okay.
I prefer them. I've always had them.
Yeah.
It's not that these are great sounding, but vintage 30s sound a little bit better.
Yeah.
The pedal thing.
Yeah.
Here I said this is the controls the amp. So this is the second channel with boost, and this is the lead channel. So I toggle between these two.
Yeah.
And if I want for solo louder, I press it twice, and when it blinks, it kicks in the other master volume.
Yeah.
But connecting to this, I mean, if the signal goes into this buffers, it's a stereo line driver, but obviously now I'm playing in mono. Guitar goes in here, and then from here into the wah-wah, into the Captain Coconut.
So what kind of wah-wah is that?
I will get to that. I will
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, so into the wah-wah, into the Captain Coconut, into the Rotosphere, and then into the amp. These two are in the loop.
Okay.
But the cool thing with this is it has an out for the tuner, so I mute from here, not from the tuner.
Yeah.
And this is a Buddha wah. I am a complete wah destroyer. I press on them for 2 months and they break.
Oh wow.
I have a graveyard of wah-wah pedals in my rehearsal room, and now this seems to work. This one seems to work, but normally one tour, even this has come to the point where sometimes I press it, nothing happens. I somehow destroy the switches. I don't know why, but it's got a good tone. I like it. This one has not been modified by Steen Skrydstrup, who built this.
Yeah.
The Captain Coconut. This is a funny pedal. There are 997 made, and in the best times I had 3, 4.
Yeah.
I have one here, one in my rack at home, and then I had another pedal board which also had that. And then now I sold them because I don't use them, but they go for a lot of money on eBay at the moment. But a fantastic Univibe.
Ja, guck mal aufs Bild dabei.
The fuzz is okay. The fuzz is okay. As you can see, there's not much fuzz going. There's more volume boost again, and that grit is on 0. Octavia, full boost volume, a little bit drive.
Yeah.
But here's one thing that Steen made. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like when you have buffers and stuff, the fuzzes don't like.
Buffer signals.
Yeah, so this is like a switch to.
Unbuffer it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it does actually. I can't hardly not hear any difference, but Steen said leave it on.
So what are you using the fuzz for? Just to get a little more edge on the tone?
Normally for the Strat, if I'm on the second channel, I use this for lead like this. Now it's volume 2, volume master volume 2, and this is for leads.
Okay.
And then sometimes with the Les Paul, it's great like this, but also with the Strat sometimes like this. It's a little bit less gain, but this basically just makes it a lot thicker, and it gives a little bit of this. I was telling Burnt Out from an earlier that my sound has never been really nice. It's a little bit ugly. It gives a little bit of ugliness to it. This Rotosphere is, in my taste, the best Leslie pedal there is. I tried everything, and I just like this most. This is somewhere. I have 3 of these as well. One in the rack and one on another pedal board, and on this one. I love it. It makes a lot of noise, a lot of hiss. But what is rock and roll without a little bit noise?
Yeah.
Rock and roll is noise. So I love this. I use it a lot. I like to use the effects so that when I press on it, you can hear that I use it. A lot of people use this, a little bit of compression, a little bit of reverb, a little bit of delay in the background. But I like to use them so that when I press on the Octavia, everybody in the house will know what the fuck did he do now.
Yeah.
And the fuzz, the same thing. The Leslie, just, now that I have a second guitar player in the band, it leaves me more space to not have to play all the time, so I can actually color the sound with taking a chord, putting the Leslie on, make it go faster and roll down the speed, and then take the next chord. Gives more room for all the effects to breathe. These two are in the loop. I had a TC Nova delay, so I could have 2 presets, but it broke on the first gig. So this is Johnny, my bass player's delay. I took it, it's just set for a medium repeat, medium delay, and I just use the tap tempo depending on the song.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame reverb. I don't really use much reverb, but there's 3 or 4 songs that I like to kick in on, where it's more quiet and you can actually hear it.
Yeah.
And since today we're recording live for a DVD and for a live CD, I was thinking maybe I shouldn't use it at all, but I'm just going to use it. Normally I can add that in the mix.
Yeah.
But
But you don't use any mixer in the loop. It's just wired in series, and then that's it.
To be honest, I've had in the days from Wishbone gear freaks coming up to me and saying, "Hey, what kind of delay you use to sound great?" So yeah, it's a Lexicon, you know. Yeah, we thought it was really good. No, it's actually a Boss DB5. You know, live, it's really hard to hear what kind of delay it is that you're playing. As long as there is a little bit of delay, I'm happy. This one is a little bit darker sounding than the TC. Of course, they both have this darkness, you know, the bright control, but they work for me. I like to have a little bit of repeat on either slapback for the faster songs or longer for the slower ones, because it gives a lot of air around the sound. It's cool.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
So yeah, all in all, a pretty basic setup. Yeah.
Yeah, the most important thing is the set list. Without that, I'm lost. Yeah, the tuner. Yeah, as I said.
Yeah, the tuner.
I'm really happy when they came out with these smaller tuners, and I don't necessarily need to have it like a, what do you call this when you strum all the strings? What it's called?
Polytune.
Polytune. I still tune one string at a time.
Yeah.
But this is great. You can see it very well. It doesn't take much space on the pedal board, and I dare to say that there's not many guitar players who dare to go on stage without a tuner nowadays. We are lost without them.
Absolutely.
You know, we can't even tune our own guitars. we can play a million notes, but we can't tune a guitar.
So what string gauge do you play?
Elixir.
Elixir.
What is this? 10 to 46.
Yeah.
And I heard about these strings many years ago.
Yeah.
And I thought, no, I'm not paying that much for those strings.
Yeah, but they last forever, right?
Yeah. And now I noticed that I really like the touch and how long they stay fresh.
Yeah.
And just you can take a quick look at the enemy. It's Marco Carhu, my second guitar player. Smile, you're on candid camera.
Yeah. Hello.
Did I hear enemy?
Yeah, he's the best guitar player in the world on that side of the stage.
All right, thank you very much, Ben.
You're welcome. Check out the album Handmade by Ben Granfelt Band.
Thank you.